So today, I think let me look at what I named this. I said, do you feel stuck or confused when it comes to HR for your business? Don't stay stuck there. So I'm gonna kick it off. I'm Delmar Johnson. Brand is HR Brain for Hire and expandhr.co. I help you become compliant and not complacent by helping you build your teams, your processes, and systems so you can build sustainability for your trajectory into being a small business employer of choice. I'm gonna kick it off to Lisa, and we're gonna do a round robin.
All right, I'm Lisa Ely, and I'm your HR profit strategist, and I show small businesses how to hire the right people, scale, and build your team for profit. And I'm gonna toss it over to Letitia.
Hey. I might speak for the both of us in case Nika is not able to chime in this moment, but I am Letitia D. Russell, one half of Russell Crackwell Consulting, where we service and provide opportunities for small to medium-sized businesses that have staff development needs. We assist you with coming in, assessing your organization, and providing those services to you. Super excited to be here today. I'm gonna go ahead and flip it over to Nika in the event that she's able to share.
Hey, hopefully y'all can hear me. So I am here. What you get to do today is you get to look at this beautiful dot because I am mobile, but I didn't want to miss an opportunity to talk to y'all. So you heard what my business partner said. You heard what we do. I am here. I'm listening. I'm active, but I'm trying to be safe on this road. So other half of Russell Craigwell, I am Nanika Craigwell, and I am happy to be back with y'all. So hey, ladies. Hey, everybody.
Hey. Yes, be safe. Yes, be safe.
Yes, please be safe. Chime in when you are able
Right.
to. We're going to take the next, we usually take about 20 minutes, do this round table chat.
Yeah.
With those who come join us live and those who will see this as a replay. So the question is, I put out there to people who want to talk about how to get unstuck or not to be confused about HR and the power of it in your growing small business. So we are going to do a round robin about that. Some of the places where people get stuck in their small business, just from our own experiences in corporate, out of corporate, in the entrepreneurial community. Just with our fellow networking and friends and other groups that we may be in or associated with as other business owners and entrepreneurs, and just having those conversations. About, hey, where do you get stuck at when it comes to HR? Do you get confused about it? Is there a little fear around that? So we want to help dispel some of those things. So what are some of the things that you all have heard, ladies, that a lot of times our fellow entrepreneurs and small business owners kind of feel stuck or have a little fear around this thing called HR?
Yes. I'll start just not a ton, but what I'll say is a lot of business owners don't know what they don't know, right? And so when they don't know it, they don't engage HR. And a lot of times it's not until you're stuck in a certain space where you're like, oh my goodness, I'm not quite sure if I did or said the right thing. And now we need HR. And so it's really just trying to get ahead of it and in front of it before you've stepped into it and made the right decision. Nika says all the time, let us grow with you. And so bringing HR on board, even if it's for, let me consult with you on the type of business that I have, some of the challenges that we might face with being in this type of industry, and then allow HR to then guide you from that standpoint. But they don't know what they don't know, right? And so if they don't know that, when they're stuck, it's like, who do I actually call?
Yeah.
And so I wanted to make sure I kind of started off or kicked it off with that.
And so if I could jump in real quick because I'm safe.
Yeah.
I would like to make a comment on that, and it's a comment that I've made in the past. Like Letitia said, people don't know what they don't know. And what I would submit to you guys is that people get stuck at the very beginning, whether it's hiring. And I've said before, as part of your standard operating procedures, you cannot write that and draft that without thinking about what you want people, and I'm using air quotes, y'all can't see them. If you can't do that without thinking about what you want people to do. So as we're always talking about people, and we're talking about hiring, and we're talking about training and succession planning and talent development and recruiting and all the other things that go with human resources, If you're talking about standard operating procedures and how you intend for your business to grow, you should have us in those conversations as well. Because even though you may not think or feel like you need human resources from the very start, you most certainly do when you're drafting up how you're going to operate. And so I wanted to put that out there. And that's oftentimes why people get stuck, because you didn't think about your people in the beginning. You thought about that process. You didn't think about the person who was going to have to run that process, but they go hand in hand. So I submit to you, society, that y'all need to call us from day one, from minute one, so we can help you get started. Never mind getting unstuck, right? But getting started as you're building out your processes. And so that's my soapbox for today.
And that's good, Nick. I was thinking about the fact that you guys know I spoke earlier on the TSP stage in January about the 3 phases of business, and I use 3. It could be more, but I use 3 to simplify it and to make it digestible. That there's really 3 layers that you're going to go through. You're going to go through the startup phase. Okay, you're starting out, trying to get your footing, trying to figure out what this entrepreneur thing is all about. Then you get your second level where now you've gotten in a groove. You're probably a few years in. You may have a couple of teammates, a few team members on your staff. And then your third level I talked about where, hey, now you've really gotten into a groove. Now you're probably 5+ more years. You have at least 6 six-figure revenue or higher. All right, or higher at that point. But like Nika said, your planning of your HR starts in the beginning. And it doesn't mean that you have to have the budget for it. It doesn't mean that you have to know all the pieces to it and be afraid of it. What it is that you're taking pen to paper. And of course, your iPad, your Mac, your whatever, pen to paper to put it, to write it down and actually make it a visual. All right, what does it look like on paper? That's where it really starts. What does it look like on paper? What does it look like on that blank Word document that you pull up on your computer and start actually outlining? These are the things that I would like to see in my business when it comes to my team, when it comes to my processes, when it comes to help me out, ladies. When it comes to the pieces that's incorporated in the R that's going to be inside of your business, the team,
processes,
the processes you want in there. What are you going to delegate? What are you going to delegate and things of that nature? You want to have on paper. So you want to create the visual of what you eventually want your organization part to look like. What does your organization part look like now? What can it look like in phase 2, and what will it potentially look like in phase 3? So getting it down on paper and getting it out of your head is the starting point. So you guys go ahead and add to that, Lisa.
Yeah, no. So I want to go back to something. So we were all at, I know that Nika was celebrating a very important milestone in her life, an anniversary, which we honor. But at TSP Live, Kathy Hughes was on the stage, which I learned so much. And I am really tremendously feel blessed and honored that I was present. But one of the things she said was about focus. And this is what I really want to challenge all of you CEOs, entrepreneurs, and leaders of your own organizations, is that when you are stuck, your organization is stuck. And it really, and Delmar and Letitia.
Say that again, Lisa.
Yeah. When you are stuck, your organization is also stuck. Right. And so somebody says this, and I've heard Letitia say it. They're stymied, right? They're stymied. And what that also means is to unpack that, is to have clarity and focus. And it's something that Kathy Hughes talked about, is when you have in focus where you are going and you are chipping away at it little by little. I'll even say you cannot eat the elephant in one sitting. It's one bite at a time. But know that if you're wondering why your organization is stuck, you're not scaling, you're not breaking through those big milestones, maybe beyond 100K to 100K in profit, to 200 to 300 to 500 to $1 million or more, and then multiplying that, is think about, are you clear on your focus? Have you been stuck too much? And is that really holding people back?
The other thing that I want to add, what everybody said, and I'm gonna tack on to what Lisa said too, is that a lot of times we as business owners need to get out of our own way
Yep.
because we are so busy ingrained in the business, right?
Mhm.
That what we're not seeing and hearing and picking up are your associates that's struggling, right? And so I am going to challenge you to take a moment, step back, and determine, am I meeting my associates' needs? And if you are not, right, let's talk about it. Because a lot of times that's where we fail or drop the ball is we've onboarded this associate, right? And when they start, they're amazing. Oh my goodness, I'm so super excited. I finally have a full team and this is what I've been needing. But yet now you're neglecting them after a while. And while it's not intentional, it's because you didn't staff appropriately for either HR to come in or an ops person to come in and determine now how do we keep these individuals on your team, right? And that's another area where we come in and we assist you and help you navigate that.
Yeah. And you know what? That made me think of a saying. Another gentleman, another powerful and respected gentleman that was on the stage, that was Mr. Jim White. He's been in business for 50 years. And one thing he said when you were talking about team, you got your team. Now, how do you keep them? How do you retain them? And things of that nature. He said, treat everybody fairly from the top down, even when you have your family members as part of your team.
Absolutely.
Treat everybody fairly. That, I mean, as simple as that statement is, it was just as powerful as simple as it was. It was just as powerful when it came out of his mouth because he's been in business, again, I say, for 50 years.
Yeah.
And it's in the financial sector, okay?
Yeah.
Accounting, financial sector. But 50 years is very significant. So that just came to mind. He was another person that I want to kind of shout out on here.
Yeah.
That was well respected, Mr. Jim White, 50 years. And he said, treat everybody fair. So when you do, and when you are building that team, you have brought in HR or you're skeptical about it, it's like, go with that in mind as well.
Yeah.
So how are you going to treat the individuals who have said, yes, I will help you build your dream. I will help you carry out your vision, and my skill set will help you do that. So, but there has to be an exchange, right? There has to be an exchange for those team members to stay there. And something else you said, and I may be a little off with this, but we're still talking about team and HR and how things you can think about going forward with the team. We said your team, your staff should never have to ask for a raise. Should never have to ask for a raise. All right? And we can get a little bit deep about that later on. But
we can get deeper and we ain't got to talk about it because that's another session. But what I'm going to say, right, is we shouldn't have to counter when your staff gets ready to leave, right? Mm-hmm. Because it shouldn't have taken them to leave for us to counter and say,
that's good. That's the other side of that. See all this brilliance up in here, y'all, up in here.
and so with that, ladies, I want to go back to several things that you all said. I'm not going to repeat them because they've already been spoken. But when you think about the SOPs and when you think about how you want your organization to look, the thing that you also have to evaluate is the skill set that might be necessary to do those to do that work. And if you're thinking about my skill set in the future, then perhaps you're treating everybody fair by recognizing, okay, you've changed since you started here, but I still want you to be part of the team and part of the future. Okay, you've gone to school since you started here. You've continued your education. And so when there is recognition of that, and you know that, okay, with that work comes reward, and I will reward you with compensation, or I will reward you with the next level position, that's where HR continues to come in. And so Letitia said it earlier. I'm always saying, let us grow with you. We're not just there at the beginning. We need to be your day ones and your day dones. Because if we're doing that, then we're helping you to shape all that up. And you're not in the middle of it in your own way, in the grind, trying to figure out, oh my God, what do I do? People are leaving. Pay attention to how you're growing, how you're changing, how your business is changing, how everybody's evolving, and keep up with your people. And if you're rewarding them in the process, a lot of what we already talked about all the slogans, nuggets, bombs, and everything that just got dropped, it all makes sense when you invite human resources into the room from the first conversation when you are talking about those processes, and you need to figure out who are the people that align to those. So I just kind of wanted to put that out there too, because then that's talent development, talent management. You're keeping up with me. People feel respected, appreciated, treated fairly, and they know that they can grow with you.
Who? I had to look at the time, y'all. It's 17. We've been on this line for 17 minutes and doesn't feel like it, right? Because man,
That's so fast.
just dropping the nuggets, right? And I hate, again, I am not not an arrogant person, but damn it, y'all got 4 HR professionals on this line. Let me tell you, right? Let me tell you. I say that to say, don't underestimate what HR does for your business, right? A lot of times people, and while I think we all, specifically, if we all don't, I know Lisa and RCC does, we also cater to some of that individual side of it, right? So there's this battle of, well, HR really, they're not here for us. You know, they're only here for the employer. And so it's this battle or double dutch around how do we really support you? But let me tell you, HR supports you in many different facets of a business. And so whether it's from the business side or the business owner side, right? Or being able to provide nuggets and information in order for individuals to be able to grow right into that organization, into that business. So don't underestimate what HR can do for either you as an individual or in your organization. So I say that I had to say it, y'all. I had to say it.
Yeah.
Y'all got 40.
No, drop the nuggets, because I always say, I used to hashtag all the time. I need to use it even more. I stopped using it, but I say it all the time. It's like hashtag more than HR.
Yeah.
You know, hashtag more than HR. HR encompasses a lot of things, and some people still always narrow it down to just certain things, hiring and firing, and some people throw in payroll in there and things of that nature. But it's so much more to that, and it's so much more to us as individual professionals as well. Because I do, we do career development. And I think all of us do that. We may promote certain areas, of our business more than others, but it doesn't mean that it's not there. It's like, so HR for business, HR to tap into corporate people, HR for the individual, the career development. There's so many things that we can do as seasoned HR professionals too.
Yeah.
Do y'all not see the etc. on my title this
yes,
week?
I do. Okay. I love it. Hashtag HR, etc.
Yeah.
A few minutes ago, I said this woman has etc. And that's exactly what it is. We have fun on here, but you know what? Let's bring it all together. Because as you see, every Wednesday we come in here and we have our laughs and everything, because HR is not as stiff as y'all would want it to be. Not when it comes to us, we act silly, but we got our things together. But I want to point it out to you that our People First Summit is fastly approaching.
Yeah.
PeopleFirstSummit.com. If you want some of this energy, if you want get access to these brains, to this knowledge base, so you can be equipped as the leader that you are in your business, as the leader of your business and of your vision, okay, the carrier of your vision for your business, and what that looks like, and incorporating the power of HR in your business. It's more than just the hiring and firing and payroll. It really is the organizational design. All right.
Absolutely.
That's what HR does for you as a whole. Okay.
Yeah.
Collective. So we want you to be in the room with us. PeopleFirstSummit.com is coming up August 4th and 5th. It's like, share it. Do not keep the good news to yourself.
Yeah, share it with other business owners or individuals that can absolutely benefit from this. And so while you might not be, a business owner yourself, or even if you're thinking about it, right, just share it so that they do know. And so definitely some good information. It will be additional information outside of what we are continuing to share with you all. We will have other business partners that will be in the room sharing their expertise. And so you definitely don't want to miss this opportunity.
Most definitely. Lisa and Nikki, y'all have any last
words? So real quick, I want to say this too. I have to say this, that HR, right? Consulting, coach, strategist is also a trusted business partner.
Yeah.
And so sometimes being the leader of a company, your baby, your passion is lonely.
Yeah.
And you need someone to confide in. You need someone to be a sounding board. You need someone to get you unstuck when you're stuck so that your company doesn't stay stuck. And that's also the ETC, the etc. in HR. And between us, I know we have, I don't know, 50 years plus of experience and seeing all kinds of things. You know, we're going to have to do one of these fun shows coming up real soon about some of the cray stuff that we have seen. So it's very rare. And if it's something that isn't that, well, we have created a place where we can depend on each other to help resolve those wider issues as well. And let me say this, there is power in the room, and you need to get your hind parts in the room at
Yes,
peoplefirst.com.
Yes, we old school up in here, so we're those old crazy in a minute. So we appreciate you all who was able to stop by live, and those of you all who would be catching us on the replay, #replay. So we'll know that you're here. But yeah,
absolutely.
Don't forget, share it. We want you in the room, peoplefirstsummit.com. It's worth investing in your business if you have long-term vision for your business. If you have long-term vision for your business, the foundation, you grow on a foundation, and part of your foundation is the human resources, human capital, people, management, all of those things fall under that umbrella for you. So we hope that you will join us August 4th and 5th right here in the Atlanta area.
Absolutely.
Check us out at peoplefirstsummit.com. Okay, ladies, we're wrapping up again another great session. We try not to go no longer than 20-25 minutes. We're right on the mark.
Yes. Y'all have an amazing evening, and we will see you all again next week. Thank you, Nika, for joining in. Nika is coming from, she's a track mom today. My child should have been in track, but didn't happen today. So, so thank you for what you do. These kids. Have an amazing one, y'all.
All right, bye. Take care.
Y'all hold on for a minute, guys.
Okay.
Hold on.